Hey yo, what's the vibe? It's your boy Cali Daquan, and we back again with another episode of Kicking It with Cali. Today, I have two special guests, two very close friends of mine. To begin, we're going to start off with the oh-so fabulous, the oh-so feminine, Martin. You may know him as a professional dancer out here in West Hollywood, but he's my good Judy, and we be turning it. If you don't know this, a young man, you're about to get to know him. He's an aspiring model out here in LA, and they're also a part of the exquisite house of Miyake Mugler. Yeah. What's going on, y'all?
Hi, sissy.
What the fuck is the vibe? You know, we back again. I feel so honored to have y'all a part.
Thank you for having us.
No, we love you.
This is cute.
You know, it's all good. So we're going to get into some things. Welcome to the show. I want to ask y'all a few questions so that the audience and then your viewers can get to know y'all a bit more. But we also going to discuss some things. What I want to bring to this show, you know, I'm the Butch Queen Supreme. So you guys are like Supreme Butch Queens too, you know what I'm saying? And then y'all are fly, you know what I'm saying? Y'all are fab and y'all are turning it. How long have you been in ballroom now, Martin?
Me, I've been in ballroom since like 2018, 2017, when we first started doing like Vogue nights at Club
Cobra?
Club Cobra, yes,
yeah.
in NoHo. And I brought Chris.
Ooh. Yeah, and so I've just been a spectator ever since.
Right.
And I never really thought I would be a part of ballroom like that.
Yeah.
Until our mother Diamond approached me and was like, you should give it a shot. Like, just try it out.
So now that you guys are finally a part, y'all first house, Mugler, which is a fab house. Shout out to Arturo.
Come on, Arturo.
Okay, what, season 2 winners of Legendary too, right? I know that's right.
Yeah, so it's cool. It's fab. Like, I think delving into the house like so quick, I think it's kind of a culture shock. But it's really cool.
It's kind of been a whirlwind of like events and people to meet, but it's so like, it feels natural.
Feels right.
We took our time with ballroom. We don't want to rush into things. We started walking, last year?
Okay.
And we've barely been in the house since January.
Okay, so let me start by asking you, Martin, what category do you walk?
Butch Queen Vogue Femme.
So good. Okay, and what about you, Chris? What category do you walk?
I walk Butch Queen Face.
Butch Queen Face.
Yeah, but I'm tipping into runway.
Okay.
We're tip,
All American.
All American, I can see that. I mean, and then you're a model too, so it low-key aligns. Right? What I love about ballroom is that, like, what you do inside on the floor, you can take it off the floor too. Like, ballroom has helped me build my confidence.
Definitely.
It gives you thick skin because the girls will read, and also it takes a lot to be judged, not only by the judges, but you're also performing in front of a group of a crowd of people too,
and to put yourself out there, like, that's so scary. You don't know what will come from it, but you put your artistry, yourself, and like your whole thing on the line.
And you could be whoever you want to be. That's the thing. Like, you could be one person outside of ballroom, and then when you get to the back of the floor, like,
switch it up. I'm somebody else.
Completely different. So that's what I love about it.
Exactly. It's a whole nother world within itself. Basically, I'm going to start back and rewind a little bit and tell me a bit about yourself, Martin.
So I am.
What's your sign?
I'm a Leo.
If it's not obvious already.
I'm a Leo. You already know. I'm a Leo, Gemini, Leo.
Oh, work. So you a double Leo.
Yeah.
With a Gemini in the middle.
Okay. Okay,
No,
so tell us a little about yourself.
I'm from LA. I grew up in the Philippines. Grew up.
Yeah.
6 months. And then I moved to LA, and LA's been my home for the past 26 years.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And I grew up dancing. I started in the 8th grade. And it's so funny because when I started with my group of friends, like, I started dancing with Chris in middle school, high school.
Yeah.
And I'm like one of the only ones who is still dancing.
Right, so is dancing one of your passions?
Oh, yes,
What
definitely.
inspires you?
I'm not a good speaker, but through movement, it helps me communicate how I feel.
Yeah.
So I think it's so beautiful.
Tell Cali something with a dance move.
Okay.
Shut up.
All right. And what about you, Chris?
So me and Martin have very similar beginnings. So I was born in the Philippines too.
Word. I didn't know this about you guys.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, I was born in the Philippines, but I came here when I was 5. So like I had a little bit more of a childhood out there.
Yeah.
And then ever since then, I've like lived in like this part of LA too. Like I went to high school up the street. I went to middle school down this other way. So
Yeah.
like this has really been home.
Okay. And
For
what are
a
your
while.
passions?
So obviously I'm trying to get into modeling and really like, you know, by the end of the year, hopefully manifest getting like signed with an agency.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm like really like hoping for. But I'm also a surgical tech. So like
Word.
on the flip side of the model and the creativity part, like after this, I'm about to go to work.
Oh wow,
Yeah.
okay. That's what I love about LA. You got people out here chasing their dream, but they're also secure in the bag.
Okay, they're 9 to 5.
No, seriously, because as a creative, I just felt like a 9 to 5 wasn't for me.
Yeah.
Like I wanted to spend time creating, but you live in LA. It's one of the most expensive cities in the
Girl.
world, right? So I also feel like when it comes to whatever you're pursuing, you have to have some kind of foundation that's going to fund it
Exactly.
until your passion is your purpose. Like till your
Right.
passion is paying the bills. And that's what I love about LA. And I also feel like what connects me with you guys and then the people that I've connected with is that we're chasing something, but we're also in the foundation of building the security and
Yeah.
just making it happen, planting seeds and manifest it with time invested. No
Exactly.
shade. What is it like dating in LA?
Oh, girl.
No,
Oh
okay, so
my
let's
God,
get
that's so
to
funny.
let's get to a
We were just
juicy
talking about that.
question.
You
As
would
a
ask
bush
me this.
queen, what is it like dating in LA?
It is rough. It's hard. It's because I think people have this perception of LA where you just run through people and that's fine. Like, you know, experiment and try new people out and different relationships. That's fine. But I think the fault is that they're always going to look for something better and there always will be something better, you know? So I think
There's like a surplus of options out here.
Yeah.
And people want to keep their options open. And sometimes
you fuck up something good right in front of you.
okay.
So I think that's where the disconnect is with
Yeah.
guys out here is that they're always
Where do you go to date? Do you meet people like naturally or are you on any apps?
so I have been on apps before. We all have been on apps.
I don't know about we, but
I'm speaking for myself.
No, we have.
I feel like most serious relationships I meet in person. Like it's guys that I have met out, you know,
Yeah.
while I'm out having drinks or like, you know, or like, you know, Instagram. I've met people through there. But I mean, we all feel away here
Okay.
and there, jump on the app from time to time, you know.
Okay, and what about you, Martin? How's dating right now?
Not present. You know, it's not here.
Okay.
I feel like with what Chris was saying, there's always like a surplus of options. So I feel like people are always trying to keep their options open and never dedicating themselves to one person. That's why
Yeah.
polyamory is such a big thing in our community.
Are you monogamous or polyamorous?
I'm monogamous.
Okay.
I mean, I would be open if, you know, me and my partner were to talk about it, but it's always communication. I feel like communication is big.
I don't know how to feel about that. Like,
About polyamory?
yeah, like honestly, I feel like we're being forced to have to go into
that
that
route.
way.
Yeah.
Of like, because it's just taboo to me. I feel like. I mean, I do feel like you can have more than one soulmate in this lifetime, and if you spend the rest of your life with somebody, you shouldn't be tied down to them forever. But ultimately, I feel like the point of commitment is discipline and loyalty, you know. But honestly, like y'all said, I do agree with like the communication though. Like it's whatever agreement you had decided to have with your
Exactly.
partner. But the agreements that I decide to have with mine, it'd be I don't know. It'd have to be consensual. Exactly.
Yeah.
Mhm. Oh yeah, and the questions that I ask y'all, feel free to double back and ask me too.
Okay.
Or if there's any questions y'all want to know, I'm an open book, so don't hesitate to ask none as well.
Wait, what about you? How's dating for you been?
Okay, so
So you gonna double back?
right now. Okay, so dating right now, It was fun at a point in time because I was like putting myself out there. I got back and I told myself I'm not going to meet my person on these apps, right? So,
Right.
just to date and prepare myself, I was like, let me get on these apps just to have the experience with different dudes. And I've had experiences and they were fun. Like they were
Good.
honestly fun. Like I feel like with who I've manifested.
Come on, manifested.
I feel like with who I've manifested when it comes to dating or the kind of guys that I've been attracting, I feel like it's just leading me to what I'm ultimately like manifesting for myself. Like I said, I've been having my fun and not like I've just been willy-nilly out here, but I haven't been like closed off to people. So right now I am single and I'm literally just fine tuning right now. Like dating's okay. I do not like dating in LA, to be completely honest. Like
Yeah.
I'm from Texas, so it's like it was a whole different ball game coming back
yeah.
here. So I mean, dating is like okay right now, but honestly I'm just like focusing on becoming the best version of myself so I can attract that person. You know what I'm saying?
And what you
So-
want and what you deserve.
Yeah, exactly. It's easy to entertain what you don't want just because of how
That's
you
very
feel
true.
in the moment.
So you don't
Yeah.
feel lonely and
Yeah,
stuff.
exactly. How do you handle depression?
I think that, especially in this part and season of my life right now, I'm learning a lot about myself.
Yeah.
And more than ever in my life, I've experienced really dark times.
Yeah.
And not to say that, like I'm, really struggling, but it's just I'm being more aware of it and I'm realizing it more now as I get older. And I think for me, dealing with it is thinking about the stuff that's caused it in the past.
Yeah.
So really, working with my inner child and like that kid inside me that's like, still struggling about like the daddy issues and like, the way I grew up and like not really being accepted. So I'm just healing that inner child inside me.
Yeah.
And I think that helps with, how I deal with depression at least.
Exactly. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
And what about you, Martin? How do you deal with depression?
So I would have very bad habits of pushing people away and dealing with it on my own and not asking for help. But I feel like these past couple of years has been teaching me that it's okay to rely on your friends. Your friends are there for a reason. And being raised Filipino, we were raised to focus solely on school. And that's like,
Depression's not real.
depression's not real. It's on in your head.
Like, why are you sad? You have a roof over your head.
Yeah.
So it's like, your bare minimums and your necessity to survive was used against you as leverage to feel grateful. Because, our parents didn't have that. They lived,
Yeah, they were
in the slums of the
struggling.
Philippines.
Yeah, exactly.
So to them, it's like, why are you sad? You got a roof over your head. You have
Exactly.
dinner on the table.
But it's different here. Like,
yeah.
there's so many more aspects when it comes to like living in LA, especially.
Right.
Like you compare your life to other people,
Yeah.
what you do or don't have.
Yeah, facts. I can empathize with that too. Depression is very seasonal with me. I've gotten super better at how I respond to it, but I can't like relate to like growing up, especially as a black man. We're taught to like not cry or toughen up or just like majority like keeping it bottled inside. So growing up that way, I've been learning how to. I've had to unlearn a lot of things. So when it comes to depression itself, like I'm in LA, I'm in the entertainment industry, so it's easy to look at somebody else's accomplishments and feel like that
You're less than, or you're not doing as much.
You're not doing enough. You know what I'm saying? So I've been learning how to be more present and honestly be okay with like where I am, celebrate where I am and where I
And your accomplishments,
from.
whether big or small.
Exactly, no shade. And honestly, just finding out who I am and like finding out why I feel these ways about whatever it is that I'm going through or whatever is causing this depression or anxiety.
Yeah.
So I can empathize with you guys, especially when it comes to having like tough parents. I don't know how it is being gay in the Philippines, but being black there's a lot of homophobia and it's not really like accepted. So it causes so much, but we're learning and we're growing. And I feel like the more that we get older, And the more that we respond to these things in a more positive way, the more that it shows up that way in our lives. So,
And like breaking generational like curses. You know?
exactly. Okay,
I'm tired of breaking these curses.
No,
Right? Why gotta be me?
Okay, so let's go ahead and switch it up. And Martin, I want to ask you, when it comes to dating another gay man,
Okay.
50-50, or the guy you're dating should be paying for everything if you can take up for
Let's
other
see what
stuff?
he said it is.
Girl,
What's the tea? When it comes to gay dating, is
okay.
it 50-50 or like give and take? What is it? With you?
50-50. I feel like a relationship is on both ends. But I mean, if you got the money and you see me struggling, you know, you can help me out.
So what do you think about gender roles when it comes to, if you don't mind me asking,
Okay.
are you a top or bottom, or are you versatile? Or you don't have to disclose that information if you don't want to, because it is kind of personal, but you know.
It is. I would say I'm like bottom verse, you know.
So with you getting your yams, do you feel like the guy that you're dating should be more responsible with when it comes to providing? When it comes to gender norms?
I feel like we should like eliminate that.
Okay. Okay.
Like, I don't know what's with the gay community and always trying to impose heteronormative roles to homosexual roles.
Yeah.
Like, we're not the norm.
Right.
And we should break the norm.
No, seriously. So what do you think it should be in your opinion?
What do
When
you mean?
it comes to dating and the roles that you and your man should take?
Damn, I don't know. I feel like we should definitely talk about it and like see where that comes from. Like, why are we having these gender roles for what?
Right. So it's a case by case.
Because I think, you know, everyone wants to be the girl.
Okay.
Everybody wants to be the doll.
Everybody wants to. No, seriously.
But no, like, it's a two-way street.
Okay, I can.
If you take care of me, I'll take care of you.
Okay. And what about you, Chris?
I love that. I feel like back then I was very much like, I need a man, like, to take care of me. But as I've grown older and really like, because I'm more of the feminine one in the relationship, I'm a bottom, so it's like it's given, you know, I need a man to take care of me. But like as I've gotten older, I've really started to like be attracted to femininity in my partners.
Yeah.
And yeah, I agree with Martin. Like we're not the norm, so why are we trying to impose heteronormative, you know,
Ideals.
standards?
I would agree with you, Martin, when it comes to eliminating that. I feel like everything is based off of the heteronormative.
Yeah.
But on another note, I am the cunt. Like, you know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like, but also like, so no, for real. And I agree with you, Chris. I take on the more like submissive role in my relationships, but I'm starting to be more attracted to like, you know, the femininity in other men too. Cause part of me think it's beautiful too.
Right.
Yeah.
And not only that, but when it comes to, I would consider myself a bottom, but it's like more versatile. Cause I would only want to top somebody if that was something that they wanted. Like I
Exactly.
still know how to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Get my groove on.
Get
you know
your
what I mean?
groove on.
But it's not what I prefer to do, but I know how to do it.
Yeah.
So when it comes
I
to
got tricks up my sleeve.
Put on your yams, yeah.
Right, stop. No, but so when it comes down to it, like when in a relationship, I'm okay with 50-50, but I also like being spoiled too.
Me
but
too.
okay, yeah, Lady London, and she said, I'm a trick and he a trick, but he gonna trick bigger.
Exactly.
So it's like, I want my dude to spend money on me and I want to be able to spend money on him. But it's like, if you got it like that, like,
Help me out.
you know what I'm saying? And then I can also, it's like give and take. It's like what you lacking, I probably can do.
And it'll
where
always
you
be like that too.
Yeah.
There's gonna be seasons where you don't have it and they got it, or
Yeah.
they got it, and you know.
Yeah.
And I like when you said like growing up, you started to appreciate the femininity in men as well. Because I feel like growing up,
It was
we
something we were taught to not.
not be
celebrate.
feminine.
Right.
So
Yeah.
I think there is homophobia within our community,
And within ourselves. Within gay men.
that was
Yeah.
taught to us. But I'm glad like we're talking about it more and eliminating that as well.
Right. Okay. So I said I was going to hit you guys with a curveball. One of our last questions as we come to a close of this episode. What do you guys think about the stigma when it comes to dating people with HIV? Chris, you want to
Let me
answer?
You want to start?
Yeah. So I have been living with HIV. So I have like a first-hand kind of experience with it. When I first was diagnosed, I had a boyfriend, and it took me for a loop because I didn't know how he was gonna take it.
Yeah.
And we were able to work through things, and he ended up staying. But in that relationship, there was a lot of like guilt almost, and him making me feel like I owed him something for staying. So taking that into my dating life, after that, I always felt that because I had it, I owed these men something for giving me a chance.
Yeah.
So I think it just took years for me to value myself and my own worth, and realize that I'm a catch.
Yeah, exactly.
Like I have it, you know.
Yeah,
so
and you're freaking beautiful too.
thank you so much.
Okay.
I appreciate that. But yeah, I think it was just a really long journey of self-love and realizing that I don't owe nobody nothing. but
Exactly.
myself, you know.
Exactly. I fucks with that. Thank you for sharing that too.
course.
What about you, Martin?
I feel like I was very uneducated, and you know, Chris is one of like my best friends, so being around him kind of destigmatized a lot of what I thought people with HIV deal with. So
Yeah.
I think people just need to be more educated and more honest
Right.
and more aware.
Yeah.
So if I were to date with someone with HIV, I wouldn't be scared.
Yeah.
I would be more in tune with myself and them and their needs and with mine as well. So
Yeah. I empathize with that. And I would say the same. Personally, like prior, I would say 2017, or even before I moved to LA, if you would have even thought about it, it's like, no. It's like, hell nah. You know what I'm saying? It's like, why would I put myself? But after being exposed to the community and coming out and learning more about it and being part of like core groups, you know what I'm saying? Because I moved out to LA and I became a part of like a lot of like sex positive core groups, but I was also educated a lot about HIV too. And now on the other side of the spectrum, I look at it like these are it's
Regular
normal.
people,
It's normal.
yeah.
It's low key. I'm not gonna say it's the norm, but I feel like the more that it's talked about, people are scared to have these conversations.
Yeah.
And like, you know how when you're chilling with a dude or something like that, and y'all are like lying down and these commercials come on.
Yeah,
Like,
you're like,
targeted
you're like,
commercial.
right? You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
it makes it super uncomfortable when you chilling.
Yeah.
And then this commercial comes on because now it's like,
Like,
so now it's
so what are you trying to
you-
say?
Exactly. So I feel like I've grown more to like accepting it and becoming like, you know, just aware of like that these people can live like,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
normal
So-
life, just like you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I appreciate you for sharing
Yeah,
that
of
too.
course. And that's the thing too. Like I even saying it now made me nervous.
Yeah.
Like in any
Yeah.
situation that I'm talking about that part of my life, it does make me
Yeah.
nervous. It takes me back to that
the
same
time
place.
where you,
You know. So, but also something that I've learned is I wish I had someone that looked like me.
yeah.
That I could look up to.
Yes.
You
that's-
know?
Yes. Oh my God.
So that's why I feel more comfortable sharing my stories because I don't know who's gonna be watching this.
Yeah,
You never know who's
exactly.
gonna be seeing it and being like, damn, like
Yeah. That was
he shares a similar story than me, and I feel more comfortable in myself because
exactly
somebody else is going
it's
through
out there.
it.
Exactly. And thank you. That is so beautiful. Like
Thank
genuinely, I appreciate that from the bottom of my heart so much.
Oh, wait,
Before we go, I have a gift for you all.
What?
Come on.
Oh my
I
gosh.
sell body
Yes.
bag.
That
Get in,
is
get
stunning.
in. I want to thank you guys so much for giving me this.
I'm gonna smell it.
Cali.
You
Oh
know,
my God. That's what
and-
smelled so good when I walked in.
Okay.
You know,
No shade.
you already know.
It was you.
I can't wait because you know I got eczema.
Yeah,
I'm just
oh,
kidding.
and
got
it's shea
eczema.
butter, so
Yeah.
that's what it's for. No
Ooh,
shade.
yes, come on.
Thank you all for tuning in. Don't forget to like, comment, share with a friend, and subscribe. This is Cali, and we are signing out.
Bye.
What's up, guys? It's K Go, and you're watching Kicking It with Cali.
Hi, I'm Martini, and you're watching Kicking It with Cali.